Welcome back, everyone,
Hey!
to Best in Class. And here we are with, it was initially going to be called Succession Wars, Eddie. But that didn't seem to test well with the focus group.
Oh, right.
So now it's the Best in Class, that season where all the great houses and all the mechs best associated with the great houses have a great big fight to determine which one is the best at the end of all the rounds, who has the most points.
Seems a little lengthy.
Girthy.
That's
what I prefer.
Can't we just call it, I don't know, House Wars?
Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Welcome to Best in Class House Wars. A series where we're going to determine which of the great houses of the Inner Sphere, not Razzlehog though, will be...
What?
What?
I just wondered why you threw that in, not Razzlehog.
Because Razzlehog isn't a real house, Eddie.
I mean, I think they count.
No, Eddie, they don't count.
Sorry,
anyway,
are they not in it?
No, they're not in it. It's only the Great Five.
Okay.
We've got the Federated Sons, the Lyran Commonwealth, the Draconis Combine, the Free Worlds League, and the Capellan Confederation. And each house has submitted one mech that is most associated with them, Eddie, in each weight class.
Ooh, okay.
And they'll be...
So light, medium, heavy, assault.
Indeed, Eddie, indeed. You'll probably be very familiar with all of these mechs.
Probably.
And they will be going head-to-head. And in the first round, here on this episode, we're going to be seeing which of the light mechs of the great houses are indeed best in class.
Fantastic.
And of course, as always, we've got our trained simulator chimp critical rocket who's going to be doing all of the drops.
Right.
Well, the boffins have been working hard. They've been tweaking, patching the simulator, and making it somehow worse.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it did. No matter how much we tried, Eddie, the group of boffins that have been working, they call themselves the Cauldron.
The Cauldron.
They just can't help but get it wrong.
Okay.
They keep tweaking things, and now all of the damage values for all the weapons are completely different. And
from the last time.
Okay. And now all the boffins that are playing it in a different way, and they keep changing it up. But don't worry, I strictly forbade.
Strictly forbade.
Strictly forbade. It's a new word.
That's how you said it.
I did.
I strictly forbade.
Rocket from using any of these builds. He has to use what's in the mech.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we'll be going over to our first round, and it's from the Capellan Confederation, Eddie.
Ooh.
It's the Raven.
A fantastic mech with technology that just out the wazoo. Looking forward to it.
Oh, me too, Eddie. Me too. Let's go over to the first round. Right, well, while all that's being sorted out, started by the boffins, what have you been up to, Eddie?
Well, as you know, Belly of the Beast is continuing to be absolutely... It's soaring in popularity. I couldn't believe how well it's going.
Well,
I think my fame is really starting to take off.
I was quite surprised personally, Eddie, when you did that live version. There was a...
Oh, that was fantastic.
Did it have to be on a stage? That was the thing that really confused me.
Well, they apparently, loads of people wanted to be there live. I mean, you heard them all whooping and cheering.
I did, yeah.
Oh, it was really good, and we had a few guests.
Did the Angel of the North really had to appear at some point, dangling from above?
I don't know. The manager, he put a lot of stuff together.
He was a very theatrical sort.
He is a bit. Yeah, he's a bit of a thespian.
The dry ice effect at one point was a bit unusual.
Well, we were showing off that fantastic engine. I mean, my goodness. I mean, give the clans some due. Some of their tech is absolutely beautiful to behold.
Well, dry ice lost tech is particularly good in the clan space. I won't lie.
And no, not the dry ice. It went because we were presenting the belly of the beast. That's why we wanted to make a big deal of it when we finally got to that fantastic engine. Oh, it was so good, and I was so impressed with them getting their hands on such a unique clan mech. So it went so well.
I will say though, Eddie, one particular part that I felt that might have gone a little bit awry for you on the live performance side of things. Audience participation, having those 5-year-olds climbing inside to the engine with you, and then they got lost, didn't they, Eddie?
Well, it took me back to my early days. I mean, that's why I'm called the ferret because Dad would let me get in there and I'd get to certain components he just couldn't easily reach. And the mums and dads, they were absolutely loving it. We put little cameras on their heads so we could see what they were seeing. They were literally inside areas that normally you can't get to unless you strip out the gubbins.
And one of them couldn't get out, could they, Eddie?
No, he got a little bit stuck, but you know what? The fans loved it. The parents had a fantastic time.
Except for the parents of the child that got trapped, yes.
We got him out. It was an hour or two, but
it was 2 days, Eddie.
It wasn't 2 days. Who told you it was 2 days?
The article on the news website.
Oh, they did. They just blew things out of proportion.
I mean, to be honest,
the parents had a fantastic time. They were really excited.
I left about halfway through. To be honest, Eddie, I had a meeting with Michelle. So
with Michelle.
Yeah.
New target.
Michelle Clapspaten?
No.
Oh, I was just going to say.
Clapspaten's the past. Yes,
exactly.
The new love of my life is indeed also called Michelle. But, no.
Oh, you mean her?
Who else would I be talking about, Eddie?
How are you saying then that Clapspaten is all behind you when you're going out with someone who looks exactly like her?
She doesn't look anything like her, Eddie.
She does look exactly like her. You met her at that event and you thought it was the real one. It turned out she was a looky likey.
What do you mean a looky likey, Eddie? This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm gonna bring out the big guns with this one, Eddie.
What?
This
big guns?
is farcical. What you're saying here, Eddie? She looks nothing like Clapspaten.
But that's why she was hired. That's the only reason you met her.
I may have met her at the debut of my new project, which was Dr. Sprepsy Light and Dr. Sprepsy Zero, also known as Sprepsy Zero.
Yeah. And the manager, the guy that arranged it, got in some lucky likeys, other, pilots of the, of your era, and he got a Clapspaten one. You thought it was the real one, and she turned up, and you were all excited, and then you started talking to her, and as soon as she opened her mouth and she had that high, that very squeaky voice of hers, you immediately realised it wasn't her. But she's a lovely girl, but that voice is very
What, Eddie?
What?
You're just jealous. That's what it is, Eddie. You're just trying to mock my joy, my life.
I'm not mocking your joy. I'm just saying. You said that Clapspaten is behind you, and then she looks exactly like Clapspaten because she's a lucky likey Clapspaten. That's what she does for a living. You know that.
New target acquired.
I mean, I'm not saying
How's
anything
Rocket
that isn't
doing
true.
in this round, anyway?
Oh, well, I don't really know, to be honest. I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, so far, this is the Raven, and I think Rocket is probably doing an okay job.
Yeah. It's a decent mech, the Raven. Well, it's actually a very good mech, actually. Houselau should be very proud of themselves. Their technicians have built a fantastic
Are you back on the payroll for them, Eddie?
I am not on their payroll. I like mechs from all houses. If it's a decent device,
you're always talking
good
up a
at it.
storm when you about certain mechs when you're on the payroll again, Eddie.
Well, the truth of the matter is that for a while, Lau were the only ones actually trying to produce anything new. The Cataphract, the Raven. I mean, they really did produce some fantastic mechs, much to the chagrin of House Davian. Or Davian if you live in the...
if you're from the poorer parts of
that's
true, yeah. Well, I'm a Solaris boy, Eddie, as you know, so...
Yes, exactly, so it's definitely Davian where you come from.
Yeah, well, yes.
But you are a Davian, so, you know...
Born here, yes. I moved over to Solaris when I was very young. But
Yes.
Did Rocket get that kill?
You lived in the wealthiest quarter, which is filled with quite a few Davians, so...
Oh, yeah, I mean, I lived in the Davian section, yes.
Yeah, so, yeah. What can
Whereas you lived in a hovel in the ground, didn't you, Eddie?
I am not living in...
Scratching a living out of scrap parts that you and your dad used to sell.
Target destroyed.
Yes, I still live the same place. I am obviously from Steiner, and yes, my family have a place where we put back together old mechs and try to old equipment. We put it back together, put it back into circulation, and you know what? I've done very well on it. Hey, you've seen the lineup of mechs I now own. We even have a small training facility to train new pilots. It's fantastic.
It's extensive, I have to admit, Eddie. I'm somewhat jealous of the collection.
Yes, I've tripled the size of our setup since I took over from dear old Dad, and we've gone from strength to strength. We train technicians, pilots, and now we have. What?
Why have I never been invited to one of these training sessions? I'm a former Solaris. Great.
Well, you're always busy with other stuff, and then you
I
complain
would be
about,
available, Eddie.
and then you always want to fly first class on the jump ships. And
I am a celebrity, Eddie.
Well, yeah, but
I'm famous in clan space.
Yes, you are. You are.
Oh,
one of
Rocket survived.
One of their favourite comedians.
So we're going to leave the tabulations for the boffins at the end. But we'll be going over to the next round, which will be, well, your home turf, the Lyran Commonwealth with their mech, the Commando.
Oh, okay. So no scores on the doors. Yeah. So.
Yes.
How is Miss Spitzhacker?
Michelle is fine. She's very busy. With her, with her work. She's not just a lucky likey, as you say, Eddie.
Okay.
She's a professional woman.
Yeah. She's
an actress as well.
Ooh.
And she's looking to get into a singing career, which I'm trying to help with.
Singing.
Yes.
Are you sure that's the direction she wants to go?
I'm pretty sure that's the direction she wants to go, Eddie.
She's a pretty girl.
And whatever direction she wants to go, I'm going to be there with her. All the way.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
Do you want to try it, Eddie? Dr. Sprepsy Light.
No, I tried some of your... what's the other one called?
That's Sprepsy Zero.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Well, we're also working on Diet Dr. Sprepsy.
Yeah, that sounds...
bestseller, Eddie. That's what I'm predicting.
So, the Commando.
Indeed, a description of what I usually get up to in my free time.
No.
Oh, the mech, yes.
God.
Well, a speedy little bugger. It likes to nip at the heels of the enemy and strike in the back.
Yeah, the Commando, as I'm sure our listeners know, is fast and brutal. Those
twin SRMs.
Those twin SRMs can really cause some absolute damage. Medium mechs, beware. And even heavies have fallen afoul of this brutal little mech.
Only problem with it, Eddie, bit skinny. Not very chunky. Takes a hit, falls apart. That's what I don't like about it, Eddie.
It needs to rely on its speed, but my goodness, it's quick. Alright, we're not as quick as a spider, we're not as quick as a locust, but we've got speed enough, and with that firepower, we can really be a danger. We get behind even some of the, as I said, heavy mechs, and they will start to shake with fear.
Well, we know how much of a danger a Commando can be. That time when Aidan Van Chance decided to take one out on the track. You remember what happened with him there?
Okay, that was a little unfortunate, I agree, but...
he skidded, and he went straight through a vehicle hangar, destroyed 2 strikers, and an LRM carrier.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. There was some suggestion that someone might have messed with some of the controls in his mech.
Well, that was never proven.
Well, it was proven someone did it. It just wasn't proven who.
Yes, and that mystery shall remain.
Yes, it shall, I guess, for the moment.
Anyway, it's sad what happened to Maximilian Voxel.
Oh, yes, well...
after their split.
That was... the tabloids, oh my goodness, got hold of that, and it was very messy.
Yeah,
very messy.
Turned out he wasn't German.
No.
Turns out he was from up north.
Yes.
This whole time he was counted as a charlatan, and everybody knew it. And, for some strange reason, Eddie, they blame our program for revealing this.
Well,
I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah.
I smooth taste of Dr. Sprepsy Light.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, that was partially my fault, it's true.
Partially, Eddie. You made him drop the act.
Yes, well, I knew it was an act. is that the accent was terrible. And
I thought the accent was very convincing.
Did you?
Eddie.
Did you? I
Yes.
thought it was awful. I thought it was one of the worst things
I've been told by many Germans when
his
I was
accent-
investigating. His accent was very, very convincing.
Have you been told that?
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were being incredibly kind.
A German would say that. Yes.
Yes, would they? Well, I'm pretty sure it was terrible personally, and that any real German worth their salt would know it was someone with a more British accent putting a fake German accent on and would have just seen through it in seconds.
What's strange about it is the number of Terrans are running around on the airwaves, essentially.
I know, yes.
Strange.
But it is strange, but yeah, he knew a few words, but the accent was awful. It was all over the place.
Well, so you say, Eddie.
Yes, well, you know,
I thought you
I
were
was
supposed to be
right.
the one that had the keener vision for squeaking around inside mech engines.
Yes, but I was right, wasn't I? But I was right, wasn't I?
The ears of a hawk
Yes,
and the
yes.
eyes of a rabbit.
Yes, but I was right. So I maybe have
Sure,
got
the right way around.
the ears of a hawk and the eyes of a rabbit. What? Anyway, the point is, yes, he was.
Now there's something that's much better, Eddie. Look at that. Chonk. Big, meaty, powerful. Look
Yeah,
at that. That's going to do all the work, Eddie.
That's a warhawk.
That's a direwolf, Eddie.
Direwolf, is it?
You can always tell by the flat bottom it's got at the back.
It was a warhawk that we had at Belly of the Beast live, and fantastic. Does
Yeah, so
innings on that
you
thing.
paying for the mental treatment for the poor child that got trapped inside?
As I said, the family,
The therapy.
the parents, they had a fantastic time.
Didn't the theatre get shut down?
The theatre, well, it had to shut down for a day or two whilst we dealt with a few matters. But other than that, no, it's fine.
Including the legal matters.
That all
Bringing small children onto a stage, having them climbing around inside an incredibly dangerous piece of military equipment.
I did it at the same age, and like I said, we had a camera on them, so we could see exactly where the little mites were, and they were having a fantastic time. The parents were absolutely loving it, and yeah, it went over really, really well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I've been busy driving with my new products, also been working on my new book.
Oh,
Yoga with McCracken.
you don't do yoga.
I do now. I've been working on yoga for quite some time, Eddie.
Has Lucky Lakey's gotten you into this?
A little bit. I mean, the more flexible you are, Eddie, you know what I mean?
Flexible with that gut? That doesn't seem very likely.
Eddie.
I mean, we all remember what happened when you got stuck in that
Body
mess.
shaming.
What?
That's because the cockpit was too small. It was a compact cockpit.
That's not what
One of those
the
smaller
engineers-
ones they built.
Not what all the engineers were saying when they were laughing trying to get you out.
The engineers are always laughing when they're trying to get me out.
Yes, that's true, yeah.
Well, I'll have their jobs. All of their jobs will be mine, Eddie.
They were in bulk, it was amazing.
Funnily enough, one of them did mention bulk when they were laughing.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, look, Rocket survived again.
Well done, Rocket. Unlikely your dignity.
As we'll be going over to our third round representing House Kurita with
Oh.
the Jenna.
Ooh.
Are you quite finished, Eddie?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
amusing yourself there. But anyway, we're going over to Rockets round here in the Jenna. I knew a Jenna once.
Really?
Not the mech. No, a woman who was called Jenna. Well, I say I knew her. She knew me more. It was very disturbing, Eddie.
Weapons online.
God, this was years ago now. While I was working in the commentary booth on Solaris 7, before old idiot face tried to push me down the stairs, and I had to beat him up in that fight.
He beat you up and threw you down the stairs.
Whatever. Anyway, this Jenna, she was there constantly. She knew my number. She seemed to know everything I was doing, my itinerary. She knew where I lived. She was constantly harassing me. I informed the authorities several times.
Wait.
What?
Jenna?
Yeah,
Wasn't she your personal assistant?
that would explain
35%.
some things. I did have her fired, if I remember correctly.
Didn't she quit after you called the police on her?
I did call the police, Eddie, but I did also file charges that she was a stalker. I thought she
That was her
maybe a
job.
mad
She
fan.
was your personal assistant.
Well, yes, it turns out that was the case. But I did know a Jenna once, and this is the Kraken Jenna. Very different. No stalker tendencies in this one because that would make it 85 tonner. Eddie.
Hey? But she was your personal assistant. She wasn't a stalker. I don't get the joke.
It wasn't a joke, Eddie. It was a harrowing tale of what happened to me when I
It
was
wasn't a
being
harrowing
stalked by a
tale.
woman.
She was your own personal assistant.
I didn't
You
know
were
at the time, Eddie.
paying her to do that.
I wasn't aware of my finances.
What? What do you mean you weren't aware of your finances? What's that got to do with it? She was your personal assistant. And you've just spat water all over yourself, so that was good. Are you capable of continuing?
Yes, Eddie.
Target
You
acquired.
sure?
Very much so, Eddie.
That Sprepsy went everywhere, didn't it?
Right up the nose, Eddie. Stings.
I bet it does. It stings at the best of times.
Highly carbonated. Some scientists may say far too carbonated. Capable of burning the hairs off the inside of your nose, Eddie.
It's virtually mist.
Red mist at this point, Eddie.
New target.
She was a stalker, Eddie.
Anyway, what mech are we watching?
The Jenna.
Oh,
Eddie.
yes, of course. Yes. You're right.
Yeah, I'm-
Didn't get too much of it on you.
No, Eddie. It's
Okay.
fine. Just like a light sprinkle.
Okay, right.
Just like the sawdust in this. Just gives it the kick.
I really don't think you should be putting sawdust in a drink for people.
Well, this is light. This is there's some of the sawdust have been reduced.
That's why it's light.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes it healthier that way, Eddie.
Yeah, well, just not drinking it would be healthier.
No.
God.
Ah.
Oh, dear me.
Reminds me of an argument that I had on that stupid show that I was part of.
Oh, that's right. They had you on Celebrity Survival on an Island. Or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. Well, I saw bits. I saw clips.
Yes. It was called Innisphere Survivor.
That's right, Innisphere Survivor.
We got taken to an island on Terra, which I thought sounded like a good idea, and then you find
Yeah.
out that Terra's a horrible place.
What?
Smog everywhere, buildings all over the place. The fact that there was even a desert island that still remained that hadn't been built on was surprising enough.
As far as I know, there are large portions of Terra that were restored to their natural
I
beauty.
brought so much luggage, Eddie. And you know what they did? They told me I couldn't have it.
Well, yes, it's a survival thing. You're not supposed to have 15 bloody thingies of luggage.
I had my favourite I Heart New York. I don't know where that is, but yeah, I knew it was a Terran thing, so I had my I Heart New York shirt. And my favourite sunglasses, my Hawaiian shirt, my shorts, all the rest of it. They took them off me, Eddie.
Well, yeah, it's a survival show. Which part of the word survival did you not understand?
Well, as it turns out, Eddie, pretty much the entire thing.
Well, you apparently started complaining how tough it was when you were still back at the hotel.
That hotel was definitely not 4-star.
I'm pretty sure it was. You already were complaining how tough it was to survive, and then they had kept trying to explain to you the show hadn't started yet.
Well, day one.
You kept looking for hidden cameras.
Well, those hotel rooms, Eddie. There's always a hidden camera in those hotel rooms.
If you say so.
Convinced of it, Eddie. I've seen channels where there's people doing things in hotel rooms that you're pretty sure shouldn't be recorded, Eddie. Anyway, I'd brought Michelle with me.
Yes.
And so she had to stay in the hotel the entire time, so I had to find hidden cameras. I thought she could come with me, but no, apparently she
No.
wasn't signed up for the show.
Yes,
and
because
stuff.
she's not a celebrity.
Being with me, Eddie, makes her a celebrity.
No, it doesn't.
Regardless, day one,
Yeah.
there's a Lyran woman, there's a Kraken man, there's a Marek bloody woman, and there's this little Lao fellow. And we're all having this big argument at the start because you're right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I just sneezed.
You just
It's fine.
sneezed, did you?
Yeah. Keep going.
There's a big argument at the start about building a shelter.
Well, yes, it's a survival thing, and it's supposed to bring people from the different parts of the inner sphere together. And you have to survive. You have to work as a team. You have to, who's going to be the hunters, who's going to be gathering supplies, who's going to be building, who's going to be, the different parts. And you didn't want to do any of them.
Well, we had one person who was from Terra, and he was, he was the one that kind of unified us at first. We all kind of worked together for a time, and then
you punched him out, and he was the expert.
Yeah, well, yeah, that happened, and then the guy from me and the Kraken fella, we had a falling out.
Yes, because you punched him too.
And then the Lyran fellow, he had a falling out with the Kraken fella and the guy from the Free Worlds League, and then the Free Worlds League fellow, he had a falling out with the Capellan fellow, who in turn the Capellan fellow had a falling out with the Davian fellow. It was just the succession wars, Eddie.
Yeah, that you started, because you started pointing out stuff.
Well,
which was the entire opposite of the point of the show.
Target acquired.
The Kentaris massacre happened. I can't help that.
You didn't have to bring it up.
Destroyed.
It was history, Eddie. We were having a discussion about
And you punched the producer.
He did not provide hot food. I was told that there'd be hot food available, and he didn't bring anything at all. He told us, it's a survival show.
Exactly, it's a survival show. You're supposed to get the food.
You've got to go out and kill a crocodile and eat it. For a start, Eddie, I don't even know what a crocodile looks like.
You'd have known if you bumped into one, trust me. Not that you ever bloody moved from that point on the beach. You just sat there like a beached whale.
Once I'd hand-hewn my deck chair, I wasn't going to move anywhere.
Was that what you were calling that thing?
I'm
surprised it survived.
They brought it back with me, Eddie.
God,
mounted it on the wall.
You put back Inner-Sphere relations by about 100 years with that thing.
I'm kind of proud of myself with that one.
I mean, they could only show mostly clips because the whole show was ruined. There was 3 episodes and then the whole thing went to damnation.
3-hour-long episodes?
It's supposed to be at least 8 to 10 to get down to the final 2. They didn't get a final 2 because you punched either everyone or caused everyone else to punch each other.
It was funny watching that cat fight. I mean, you've never seen who would win between the Free Worlds League and the Draconis Combine, Eddie, but we found out. Those Free Worlds League women are bloody mental. They are vicious fighters. And I think House Kurita's got a real fight in his hand if it decides to go up against the Free Worlds League, trust me.
You're completely insane.
Not insane at all, Eddie. Anyway, I think I got a lot of fans from it, Eddie. They all seem to like my luscious beach bod.
What?
There was all kinds of pictures on the.
Yeah, none of them were flattering. They all suggested you'd put more weight on.
No.
Yes, they did.
If anything, Eddie, I lost weight on that show because there wasn't any food.
One of the sites said beach body ready for a whale.
Oh, I thought that was an unrelated article. Oh, I'll have to get the legal team on that one.
It's a bit late now. I mean, bloody hell.
How's he doing in this?
Plus, legal team, aren't they suing you?
Why would the news site?
No, the company that runs the Fievel show.
No, it's fine. I worked it out with them. I'm going to be on a special pro bono, doing the work for free and doing some voiceover work for them. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're doing another season. They're basically going to do a whole new one. It's going to be about the periphery. The periphery nations are going to be involved in as well, and it's all going to be on an abandoned space station instead. And they fixed it up or something. I'm just doing the voiceover. And
how can you do survival on a what? They're going to hunt on an abandoned space station?
Apparently, they've just decided to release a bunch of wild animals into the station. They're just going to hunt them down.
That doesn't make any sense.
They gave them needlers or something.
On an abandoned space station. Or there's just like giraffes running around and stuff.
Zero G.
Zero G giraffe. How'd you like your giraffe? Oh, over easy.
It's like you should see them in Zero G. They flow like water.
I'm sure they do.
Sure they do. I'm just doing the voiceover. Eddie.
You're just doing the voiceover, really.
I'm not involved in this.
Did they know your opinions about some of the periphery states?
All of them glowing, Eddie.
Oh, I don't think so.
Big fan of the Canopians.
No, you're not.
I go to the magistracy quite regularly.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. I think the least said about what you do there, the better. Oh, my God.
Look, me and Michelle, we visit the magistracy semi-regularly. She gets work there. She does gigs and promotions. What are you pulling that face for?
She's got no clothes on when she's doing those things.
I'm not complaining, Eddie.
Enemy base is being captured.
It's her body, it's her business, her life.
I get. Yes, I agree. I'm not being
Very old-fashioned. I'd say that maybe about 1,000 years out
I am
of date,
a little.
Eddie.
I am a little old.
A little old?
I am a little old-fashioned. I'm not old. Not as old as you, anyway.
Old-fashioned.
I am a little old-fashioned. It's true.
About 1,000 years out of date.
It's true. Maybe I am.
People are a lot more forward-thinking these days, Eddie.
I'm old-fashioned Steiner. I agree. Yeah.
They're not ashamed. They're not ashamed of these kind of things, Eddie. I mean, Michelle. She used to be an Aztec.
A what?
Yeah, well, an Aztec.
What ancient people?
No,
that
not
lived
an Aztec, Eddie.
Oh.
Aztec. A-S-Tech.
What's that then?
They're the ones who work on aerospace.
Enemy base is being
Oh,
captured.
did she?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. That's what she used to do.
Oh.
Well, she had a different name back then. But, you know, it's forward-thinking, Eddie. It's
What was her name then?
well, they refer to it as a dead name. We're not allowed to say
Enemy
it.
base is being captured.
So, I mean, that's how it is. It's a much more open, forward-thinking society that we live in nowadays, Eddie. See, your 1,000-year out-of-date ideas are just wrong.
Maybe we'll have to do a special Belly of the Beast and get her on.
I think she'd be very happy to join you for that
I
one.
think
Eddie.
she'd be, yeah, really? Wow.
Indeed.
That could be pretty good, actually.
Well,
Well,
you know, I'd love you.
give me her contact details.
No, I will, Eddie. I will. We'll
Yeah.
go forward with that.
Yeah.
Well, Rocket survived again.
Wow.
And of course, that means we're going to go over to. I mean, let's. It's the javelin. I'm excited about this one, Eddie.
You're excited about the javelin.
It's the Federated Suns, Eddie. Why wouldn't you be excited
God,
for
have
that?
you cheated again?
Cheated?
Have you already seen the score?
No,
Did you have
Eddie,
him
no.
do multiple fights so it got the highest score again?
Eddie, the Rocket does all the runs in the simulator. I have nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Eddie, I don't know how this works.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't.
And well, since you're all with the belly of the beast, Eddie, and
Well, I'm just saying, it's just a great idea. Stop breaking things.
stuck in my hand for a second there, Eddie. Anyway, you know, just like you're fiddling around with engines and being an expert. Michelle's definitely an expert with my engine there, Eddie.
Oh, I didn't want to hear that.
I can't help it.
I don't
Eddie.
think anybody wanted to hear that.
I love the woman, Eddie. It's-
Can I just apologise to the boys and girls at home?
Oh, you and these small children again, Eddie. You're trying to become like a children's entertainer for the Federated
No, it's
Suns.
just that there's different age groups.
Getting them trapped inside engines and
There's lots of
annoying
kids
them.
that like seeing mechs in action and stuff, and then you're talking about stuff
we
like that.
both grew up enjoying
It's
the
wrong.
art form that is the battle mech, Eddie, but there's no need to trap them inside fusion engines. That's all I'm saying.
One kid, and like I said, the parents, they had a wonderful time. They were very happy. They didn't have any complaints.
Well, the ones
and,
of the, as I said earlier, Eddie, the
you
ones of
know.
the parents, the children who didn't get trapped in the engine, but that father really did want to punch him in the face.
No. He was heated for a few minutes, but then we gave them certain VIP tour stuff, and they had a wonderful time, and they were,
I saw
they
your
had a really
security
great
team
day.
kicking the crap out of him around the back of the building, Eddie.
There were a few punches thrown, but no, I assure you, everything went well. Everyone had a great time. It went off spectacularly well. The kids, they were so happy. We gave them these little plushies, and they were so happy at the end.
It is a bit of a weird one, a fusion engine plushie. You didn't even put a face on it. It's literally just a weird shaped lump.
Yeah, but you can take some of the bits off and put them back on, so they're kind of learning, aren't
This
they?
weird
Learn
Velcro.
and play, and they could cuddle it in bed, and it's nice. It's nice. I think I'm going to start selling them in the shop. The kids really like them. A couple of the adults wanted one as well, so.
I'm sure they did, Eddie. I'm sure they did. Well, the javelin. I've got high hopes for this one, Eddie.
Yeah,
and Rocket better not mess this one up.
Yeah, assuming you haven't cheated, like I said.
I haven't cheated, Eddie. There's no cheating going on in this competition. Completely fair, very scientific, just like the previous season.
Exactly where you cheated.
New target acquired.
I didn't cheat, Eddie.
Not to mention that guy from
Acquired.
Comstar that was cheating as well.
Well, the less said about him, the better, to be honest. And
That round that he did, remember? My God,
I didn't
there
know
was
he
some
got a
cheating
ringer in
going
for
on.
that one. The boffins.
He got an ace pilot. There was some suggestions that he might have been using Starleague tech in that mech.
I mean, I heard it was the bounty hunter, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who he got. But the point of the matter is there was some definite cheating. You said yourself it wasn't the original footage.
No,
that
it
you'd
definitely
seen.
wasn't. I found the original footage and it was not a good round.
Well,
It was a terrible round.
that doesn't surprise me. But, well, there you go. That's what people saw. That's what happened live.
Oh, he's using the javelin. It's got the twin streak 2s, Eddie, in the SRM6.
Oh, very nice.
Guaranteed double punch, a 1-2 knockout, as you'd expect from
Yes.
anywhere in the Federated Suns. Anyone who comes up against them, left hook, right hook, down. That's how it goes.
No, I don't know. How's Kirita beat him up on a regular basis?
You're not supposed to talk about that, Eddie.
Oh, okay. And occasionally Lau.
We don't broadcast into the Capellan Confederation.
Sometimes they even get their arse kicked by some of the periphery states.
That's a lie, Eddie. It never happens. The periphery states know what their position is.
Taurians have given them some bloody noses. You know, if you think about it from that point of view.
That's the problem with those Taurian fans, Eddie, is that they're always the first to jump about talking about how they haven't been defeated by the Federated. If the Federated Suns wanted them, they would take them, Eddie. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
They live in a state of constant fear of superior demi-humans such as ourselves rolling over the hills, and sweeping their armies aside and taking all the meager resources that they have for themselves.
I think probably all the Taurians need to do is open a book and ask some of your fellows to try to read. Because as we know, literacy in Taurian space compared to...
that is slanderous. That is slanderous.
It's a well-known
talk.
fact that there are some planets on the outskirts of Davian territory that have very low literacy rates. Very low. I know myself from touring back in the day, and
Well, at least it isn't a situation where you come from, Eddie, where there's a serious class divide. There's the haves, and there's everyone else.
How dare you? House Steiner is probably the fairest, nicest, kindest, most benevolent
You're
of
sat
all
there, it's like,
of the houses.
Oh, Daddy, I want to pilot a battle mech, Daddy. Oh, can I be an officer, Daddy? Yeah, that's exactly
Yes,
what it's
well,
like up in your way.
They have been clamping down on that kind of stuff. It did get a little rampant for a while, I would agree.
Rampant. It's still going on, Eddie. People are going to buy their way into an officer's position.
Well,
joke.
Yes, it is true that my family has, for a number of years, made their early money on training up specialised engineers for certain rich people's mechs.
And you've worked on a few
private units
officers' machines in the past.
Yes, I
keeping
have.
it clean, of course.
Yes,
I know there are people out there who listen to these things. They try to construe all kinds of.
The point is that Steiner are a house where freedom and the expectation of upward mobility exists. Okay, it's not just toffs. You know, all right. There are a lot of them.
They can't see my expression.
It's not like there aren't just
very.
It's not like there aren't just toffs in Davian. Geez, half the time they seem to be plotting against each other back in your place.
Well, I can't.
Hassocks, anyone? Is it the Hassock Davian?
The Hassocks do have it. Eddie.
The Hassock Davian, or whatever they're called.
What's he doing? Rocket? No! Don't go down there, Rocket. What are you?
Oh! Well, I believe you now that you didn't cheat.
Damn!
I believe you now. Now I believe you. He got his entire side sheared off. There was the arm, the side torso, and the leg. That was impressive, all in one go, just like literally half a mech.
Absolutely ridiculous, Eddie.
He halved it. That was
yes,
good.
He halved the mech.
Well done.
Don't look at me and say well done. It's not my choice.
Well, I'm just saying, that's your javelin.
Yeah, I put a bit of honey in this Dr. Sprepsy here, Eddie, and I think I'm onto a new flavour for the range. We can infuse the sawdust.
No, let's just not.
Why
don't you take the sawdust out? It's not good for people.
The sawdust is perfectly fine, Eddie.
It isn't. That's what's giving you these sore throats.
No, it's the F numbers that are in it.
Well, the sawdust sure as hell isn't helping.
F numbers, which are the evolution of the E number.
F numbers.
More powerful. More chemical.
That's really not a good thing. More powerful chemical.
Well, you seem to find it amusing, Eddie.
Well, I'm just saying it's weird.
The power of F.
No, not the power of F is not a good thing.
That's what we've got in the branding. The power of F, Dr. Sprepsy.
Oh my god, Dr. Sprepsy, get effed.
That's a good one, Eddie. I'm taking that one. I'm taking that. Where's my pen? There,
oh god.
No, well, Rocket's team still won. I suppose it's acceptable.
If you say so. Well, now we're going over to quite an interesting little design, aren't we?
Oh yes, Eddie. It's the final one as well.
Oh, okay. So this is, as I'm sure most of our fans out there will know, it's the flea. But do our fans know that it actually was originally called the Trooper?
Yes, that's true, Eddie. A long, long time ago, it was known as the Little Trooper.
The Little Trooper that could, or it actually for quite a while couldn't. Toddler Industries were its original designers, and for Marek, this was their first attempt at a light mech, a scout for them, and it didn't go great.
No, it was terrible.
It was pretty bad, actually. It had quite a few flaws. They had problems with all kinds, engines rattling around too much and parts coming off, some issues with the targeting computers, and even some of the weapons just breaking down in the middle of fights. Originally equipped with a pair of medium lasers.
No, smalls, Eddie.
Oh, smalls was it?
Yeah, smalls.
Two smalls, chin-mounted flamer.
Yeah.
And was it one medium laser then? Is that?
No,
machine gun. Machine gun. That's right.
The later one that added the medium
laser. That's right. Yeah.
I only know this because I stepped on one in the arena once. It was very satisfying.
Target acquired.
Okay. So yes, this is a very old mech. So we're talking late 24th century. There weren't a huge number of what we would call light mechs around in those days. In fact, having lighter mechs was a relatively new idea. I mean,
and it should have died out, Eddie, because the bigger, the better.
No, light mechs are very useful, very versatile. You were just cheering a light mech on, the Javelin.
I was cheering on the Federated Sons, not so much the flimsy, weak little mech that he was piloting. We've got to wait a while before we get to the actual manly machines.
Anyway, the Trooper went through so many changes that it pretty much got renamed, and so today we have the Flea.
Brought back by Wolster Dragoons.
Yes, well, planners.
Planners in disguise.
Yeah, enough of that said, the better. However, yes, there were still a few fleas moving around. In fact, I've even seen the occasional Trooper.
Well, you've been in negotiations with a private collector for a while, haven't you now, Eddie?
And
your newfound fortune might actually allow you to get hold of it.
Yes, getting hold of an actual Trooper, not a flea, a Trooper would be quite the acquisition. And my father, for a short while, worked on a Trooper years and years ago, captured during some raid by...
Your father's very old.
Oh, well, he's dead now. No, the Trooper had been captured during a raid into Marek space, and okay, yes, a nobleman.
The nobleman
couldn't find too much information on it and wanted it to be repaired
because he's too stupid. Yes,
and see what use it would be in his home guard.
He thought it was a pony.
No, he didn't think it was a pony.
Probably did. Chinless wonder.
They know what a mech is.
Oh, they know what the mech is, but they couldn't identify it. If you put a row of them in front of them, they can't identify what the machines are. That's the problem with most of the Lyran officers.
Hey!
You're
Anyway.
not a Lyran officer, what are you offended by, Eddie?
I am a Lyran!
You said everybody in my home state were illiterate brain morons who can't read properly.
I mean, in some areas it's true. Anyway,
Now you can see what I mean,
the
Eddie?
point is, Father got to have a go of putting it back together, finding what information, scraps of information he could on it. They got it operational again in the end. He tried to buy it off him because he was pretty much sure that it wouldn't last 10 seconds with this guy, but he was adamant he was going to add it to his unit, and he heard that about a decade later it had been basically
Target
melted
Or maybe that's the one I stepped on.
by numerous large laser and
Target
PPC
acquired.
fire.
Well, I was piloting a mech with a large
It
laser.
wasn't you.
Jimmy, he was there. He was begging for his life, and I said to the crowd,
Father was pretty upset about it. It's a
They
piece
said
of
squish.
a piece of history. All right, not my house's history, but still mech history. And he'd have loved to have got his hands on one. I tried on several occasions. They are rare as hen's teeth to get hold of a trooper. But there's a small chance I might get my hands on one. So, seeing the flea in action, it's quite interesting mech.
I'm not happy here with Rocket. He's gone with the
And
with the
unlike-
later Capellan version.
And unlike some, I have the highest regard for the mechs built, no matter what house. Not so much the clans, but no matter what house.
That's counteracted.
Or periphery state.
It's counteracted what you just said, Eddie.
No, I said house. They're not house. They're clan.
Target
They're
acquired.
made in test tubes. They don't have a mummy or a daddy.
Well, they might not, Eddie, but
No mummy or
I've
daddy.
got lots of fans out there, Eddie. I've got to be careful about it.
Well, you've got fans, I haven't. I don't care.
Actually,
Not
some clans are members of Diamond Shark coming over for the wedding, Eddie.
New target.
You've got clanners coming to the wedding.
Target
Oh yeah.
acquired.
Do they know what a wedding is?
Well, they will do when they arrive. Some of the merchant cast from Diamond Shark, they're apparently going to be bringing some kind of elementals who can dance or something. It's going to be amazing, Eddie. We got a lot going on for this wedding. It's going to be a spectacular event.
Okay.
Finally going to tie the knot with a woman I love. It's going to be great, Eddie.
Will you want the mech that you own the golden foot?
Oh, the
Turning up?
golden foot will be there.
Yes.
Of course, I'm going to come in with a parade. I'm going to be on the back of a Goliath, riding in my resplendent in my wedding outfit, and we've got some dancing mechs that are going to be there.
Dancing mechs.
Oh yeah, there's a group out there. They're linked to Greenberg's Godzillas. They do all kinds of public events and such. It's going to be amazing, Eddie. It's going to be
Right.
amazing. Oh yes, anything for my Michelle.
Sounds more like it's mostly for you, but okay.
No. We've worked this out together.
Well, she's into aerospace fighters. Will there be any aerospace?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have several flyovers
okay.
from all kinds of different aircraft. Oh, it's gonna be great, Eddie.
I look forward to being there.
Oh yeah, don't worry, you're there as well. You're the best man, Eddie.
I am?
You are now.
Oh. I thought you were asking certain high-ranked members of House Davian.
Well, Eddie, that's I had to sit down and then I thought about it. And I thought, you know what? No, it's Eddie who should be the best man at my wedding.
So, you had a list, didn't you?
No,
You had a list.
The round's nearly over, Eddie.
How far down the list did you have to go before you ended up with me?
What's your surname? H. That's
No,
it's near at the top.
I'm pretty sure I was right. I bet I wasn't even
Oh,
on
the round's
list.
over, Eddie, and that means
Yeah.
we've reached the end of these preliminary matches.
Yeah, we have.
And we'll be
haven't we?
going over to the
scores
to the
on the
overall
doors?
scores. Let's find out which house did the best. And after using the latest in number crunching technology, Eddie,
The latest.
we've got the scores. This puts after the first
Calculator.
part. Don't ruin the illusion, Eddie.
Just do the scores on the doors.
We've got Marek at 78, Davian at 62,
Oh.
Kurita at 58,
Nice.
Steiner at 50, and Lau, where they should be, at the bottom, with 33.
Don't say that. We have Lao fans.
You were slagging off the entire Federated Sons earlier by saying they're all illiterate morons, Eddie, and you think that me pointing out fact about the Capellan Confederation is somehow going to dissuade the fans. We don't even broadcast to the Capellan Confederation anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. They bootleg us.
I don't think that's going to impress the sponsors, though, is it, Eddie? No. Speaking of which, today's sponsor is Dr. Sprepsy.
Well, that you are the sponsor, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. With a what?
With a twist of pomegranate.
How do you twist a pomegranate?
They found a way, Eddie. They found a way.
Don't. This stuff is horrible.
And next episode, we'll be going into the pit.
Oh,
The light mechs will be put into a pit, and then the others will shoot at one of them, and they will rotate, and that's how we'll determine which one will be the best in the pit. We'll see you next time, folks. Okay. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
No, not that. They all trapped them in the engine, Eddie.
I did one. Just one. The family were fine.